Morning, and here's something a little bit different. I thought I'd give it a go. It's a 360 camera, so whilst you're watching me, you can have a look around the car. You can be the director if you like, and choose where you want to look. And I thought it'd be a really nice idea to trial it whilst giving a sort of short review of this car, inside and out. So it gives you an idea how it works, and it gives me an idea of how I could use it in the future. So if you are sitting watching this on a computer, then use your mouse to click and drag and move the screen around. If you're watching it on your smartphone or tablet, then just move the phone around as if you're looking around the car, and the video will follow you. The best way by far to watch it is on a VR headset. Whatever type you've got, it just immerses you in this world, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. So if you've got one of those, go and plug it in and have a look on that. So let's have a look at this car. What's it all about? It's a 2015 Nissan Leaf Tekna. Now, I've had it from new, just over 3.5 years. It's done nearly 46,500 miles. And in that time, people always talk about the battery health. I haven't lost any of my 12 bars. It's running at about 93% state of health, which is brilliant. And the car itself is just a really, really comfortable car. Now, the first thing you'll notice about being in an electric vehicle at any point is just how quiet it is. I mean, we're doing, what, 22 miles now. Now, I know it's not very quick, but just listen. That's it. Other than a bit of road noise, there is no sound that comes from it, which is lovely. At very slow speed, you do get a slight whining noise. That's a noise that they put out just to warn pedestrians, although they still don't seem to hear it. So just be careful in it. As far as the comfort in here is concerned, this is the Tekna, as I said. It's the top of the range one. So it's got leather seats, heated steering wheel. It's got sat nav in it. It can connect to my phone, so I can preheat it and do things in the morning if the app works, of course. So just inside the cabin here, it's a nice comfy seating position. Occasionally on very, very long drives, I do start to get a little bit of a sore back, but I don't know if that's sometimes just the way I sit, to be honest. Pop on the heated seat and it soon eases it. So it's quite comfortable. You can't move the steering wheel in and out, but you can move it up and down. So I have found with larger people, sometimes they struggle just to get that nice seated position. As you do in some cars, it just don't have all the adjustments that you want. The displays are laid out really nicely. I can see, I can cycle through all sorts, see about my battery, see about the miles I've got left. You'll hear people talk about a GOM, a guessometer. At the moment, mine's showing that I've got 65 miles left. That's based on how I'm driving at the moment. I've got 74% battery. If I keep driving around at this sort of speed, that mileage is going to go up and up and up, which it's as good as it suggests. It's a guessometer, but if you are driving at a constant speed over a constant period of time, it's pretty accurate. It's good. The screen in the middle, personally, I'd like it to be bigger, but there's nothing wrong with it. You can cycle through all sorts of bits and pieces. It's got sat nav in here, not the greatest sat nav in the world. I tend to still use Google Maps, but it's on there, and it'll take you to Nissan known charging stations, which again isn't particularly great. If you use something like PlugShare or ZapMap, you'll see all the charging stations. It's much, much better. You can find out all sorts about your average miles per kilowatt hour, a bit like your miles per gallon, and look at things like how many kilowatt hours I'm using at the moment and where my energy is going. All sorts on there. There's a CD player in it. It's FM radio. This is 2015, so it only came with FM, AM radios. Obviously, all your normal connectivity. I think it was 2016 they started putting DAB radios in. So that's kind of the cockpit. The only other thing you'd sort of notice that's maybe a little bit different from a normal car is the gear stick down here. Going forward, it's got two modes. It's got D mode, which just allows the car to drive forward. It's got B mode, which puts some extra regenerative braking in. So as I lift off, the car will start to slow. And as it's slowing, it's putting energy back into my battery, which it charges it up. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to go downhill and recharge your battery completely, but every little helps, I guess. I've also got an option to go in eco mode, which is on the steering wheel here, which if I turn it off, it allows the full power to go to the wheels at every opportunity. And I've got to be honest, it's pretty rapid considering it's a little family car. If I put that back on, it feels like it dulls the power down. It doesn't give you as much power, it just smooths things out a little bit. So it's personal preference. Over the 3.5 years and talking to other people, generally I've found that driving in B mode with eco off is the most efficient way, as long as you're careful with your right foot, which isn't always easy when you've got all that power on tap. It's good fun. Now let me just pull in here and show you a few more bits about the car. So room wise, it's I guess it's a small family car. It's probably Ford Focus, maybe a marginally smaller than a Ford Focus or Volkswagen Golf sort of size. So it's not massive, but it's perfectly adequate. I've got 2 children, 7 and 9, my wife, and we'll fit in here quite happily on long journeys. So it's an all right size. Things like the glove box is an all right size. As you can see, all my junk in there, cubby holes all round, cup holders, places for your sunglasses. It's as any other car would be. You got USB down here, you've got a cigarette lighter under here, or what they call it now, a power socket. We don't have cigarettes anymore, do we? Heated seats front and back. Size-wise in the front, plenty of room for everybody. If I get in the back, I'll show you what the back's like. So in the back, as you can see, I've already got Thomas, my little boy's seat in here. That seat is still in the same position that it was in when I was driving. I'm about 5'9", average build, average weight. So if it gives you an idea, my feet are just about tucked under, but there's enough room in here. You know, I'd be quite happy doing a couple of hours in the back here. It would be fine. As I say, this back seat is heated in this one. The only thing, you've got this big lump in the middle here. So I think, although there's 3 seats in the back, I think as an adult, I'm not sure I'd want to sit here for very long. A child will be fine, but yeah, very short journeys for adults here. So 2 adults or 3 children, 2 adults and a child, however you want to look at it, that's probably a lot in the back here. Let's show you the boot. There you go, an all right size boot. You know, I've never really found wanting. The seats will fold down, but there is a, if I move my shopping bags, there is a lump here because it's a Tekna. It's got the Bose stereo. That there is the sub that's in the boot. So if you don't have the Tekna, it's a little bit flatter, but it's still, there's a bit of a lump when you put the seats down and go through. You'll also see there's the this rubberized mat in here. I bought the protection pack when I got it. So mats, flaps, and this in the back. And these 2 bags, it comes with one of them. I was lucky enough to be able to wangle a second one, but in here are my charging leads. So this one I've bought extra. So it's a type 1 to type 2, fits in a type 2 charger. The front of my car is type 1, and that's the name of the plugs. As with all this is a bit of a rushed kind of walk through the car. There's loads of videos on my channel. If you really want to know more about it and know more about charging and owning an electric car, go have a look at some of the other videos. But yeah, so that's in there in a nice little bag. And what it comes with is what's in this bag. Or would be in this bag if I hadn't left it at my father's house where I've just come from, because it's been charging. But it lives in there. It's they call it a brick or a granny charger. It plugs into your normal household socket. So you can charge. It's not as fast, but it can charge from that. So that's what lives in the boot of my car. And yeah, as you can see, as I said before, it's a family car, isn't it? It's not massive, it's not too small. It's just an ideal kind of car, especially for the range it can do, which in mine is about 80 miles if I drive it sensibly. So there you go. There's a little look around the car. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look around with the video. Might be something a bit different. So all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and many more of these videos. Let's hope so. All the best until next time. Take care.